Did you get ready in the dark or something? 'Cause you look like a beautiful nightmare. Don't you know?
What's up, YouTube peeps out there in YouTube land? I'm coming back with another reaction video on this guy named Stephanie Speaks, and he's gonna talk about men's. You ladies that's going through some things, or you ladies that's decided not to date and want to date, and you know you went on the right man. Let's tune in, ladies. Let's tune in. Listen to what Stephon has. Have to say, you ladies, okay? He may have some good advice for us. He may have some bad advice for us. We may agree. We may not agree. But anyway, go subscribe to my channel. Hit like, comment, and notification bell. Don't forget to share. Sharing is caring. And all that good stuff. And let's see what we can get out of this, okay? Let's do this together. I'm coming across men speaking on how other men feel, how other men think, how other men talk. When you meet a man, what do you expect out of a man? What are you looking for out of a man? What are you looking for out of a new relationship? What are you looking for out of an old relationship? So you ladies, make sure you stay tuned, listen, and it won't hurt to listen. But you know what? Subscribing is free anyway. You know what I'm saying? And I want to say, live, love, laugh, laugh, love, live. Peace, love, and hair grease. And that's all I got to say, y'all. Y'all, I guess y'all said, this girl, he'll be all over the place. Yes, I do. But anyway, you guys, I'm out of here, okay? Peace. Stay tuned. Go over that way and check out the video. I'm out of here.
When we don't need any titles, anything that's very non-committal or doesn't present a vision for where we're trying to go with this is a man you should not entertain. Welcome back. This is Stephon Level Scare, aka Stephon Speaks, and I'm here with another dating and relationship advice video. Today's video is going to be for the women, all right? And so we're going to be talking about the 7 types of men to avoid. Before we get into it, as always, be sure to subscribe to the channel, like this video, share this video, click those notification buttons so you can be aware when I'm going live and all these different things. But also comment below. Tell me a man you feel like women should avoid. What kind of man? Or maybe pick one from the list I'm about to give that you feel like is like the big one. But either way, be sure to leave your comments below. So let's get into this. 7 types of men to avoid. Now listen, I want to make something very clear. I am not here to bash men. I am not here to paint a negative picture of men in a general sense. However, I will point out that there are bad men that exist. There are men you don't need to be giving your time and energy to. And so we have to talk about those things so that I can help you avoid those types of individuals in the day.
Okay, now I'm going to say this here as well. If you guys on my channel, you know, and you watching this video, even including the men's, if the men's out here watching, I'm not as well out here trying to bash no man at all. What I'm going to do is try to find a channel that speaks on what women does as well as men's, how women treat men. So I am going to find that channel as well. So you guys don't think I'm in here like, oh, her channel, she just going to bash men. She going to talk about men. But what about them? You're right. What about us? And I'm going to get to that as well. Just as well as I'm doing this one, I will be doing one on females, because we're not perfect. We're not greater than great. We're no better than men's. You got some women out there act just like men's. So anyway, you guys, let's get back to this video. Okay.
Damage that comes from that situation. But that does not mean all men fit under these categories. All right. So please do not make that mistake. I'm a firm believer that, not even believer, I know that great, amazing men exist. Great relationships can be had, but we have to learn how to stay away from the wrong people. So with that said, Let's get into the 7. I'm sure we got a lot more than 7 we can name, but I picked a certain 7 I want to talk about today, so let's get right to it. Type of man number 1, Mr. Broke and Lazy. Now, notice I didn't just say Mr. Broke. I said Mr. Broke and Lazy.
Okay.
Here's the thing. I am a firm believer in women not having to build a man, all right? That doesn't mean you can't support an individual, that you can't be encouraging of him. And I understand that everyone's not where they need to be right now. Everyone's not rich or even going to be rich. That's fine. But there needs to be a foundation of financial stability, all right?
Right.
But when we're talking about Mr. Broke and Lazy, he's not just the guy who doesn't have money right now. He's not the guy who's just struggling. He's the guy who's not doing a damn thing about it, all right? This is the problem. A man who is broke and lazy is not a man you can work with. You can't be trying to...
Hey, how y'all feel about that? What do y'all think about what he just said? Be open, be honest, and be truthful. Not just because I'm asking you, because for yourself. What's your opinion? How do you feel? Do you feel like you're in a relationship, that man that's broke and lazy, and you got to support him? Or you got to uplift him? Or you got to give guidance? What do you think, ladies? What do you think?
Look at his potential and think, well, if he just applied himself, he could do so much. And you may be right. Maybe he could accomplish so much with the right motivation. But if you want to provide that motivation and encouragement, do it as his friend. Like the mistake that women...
And I'm gonna say this, and I am going to speak on her name, Latrice Allen. Coming in Latrice Allen. Do y'all think that that's what she was doing? Trying to help Coco build up something? Was she trying to take care of Coco? What do y'all think? Because this sounds like something that pretty much what was going on in their relationship. I'm just saying, and I'm not here to bash Coco or Latrice. I'm just trying to, figure it out, and so we can get an understanding, and maybe we can help her. Maybe she'll subscribe to his channel, sit down and listen to it. You get what I'm saying? Not just only Latrice as well, but y'all, Andre the Slay, she most definitely needed. But the thing about Andre, she don't have any children that she's tagging along, and not tagging along when I say that in a bad way. She just don't have any children that in her life. She don't have no babies. So therefore, she don't have kids to see what's going on, okay? Maybe that'll help what I just said, not saying anything about these babies, because I have my own babies as well. But anyway, what do y'all think about this? Okay, let's get back to the video.
Make so much is getting romantically involved with a man who is not qualified to be in a relationship with you yet. That's not to insult the man. It's just the reality of the situation. He had not built himself up to a point where he can have a stable, healthy relationship with you.
Right.
Now, some of you may say, well, I know some women and they married their man when he was broke and they're happy now. Listen, there's exceptions to every rule. Some people get lucky. But those are minority situations. That is not the majority. The majority of women who entertain Mr. Broken Lazy become Mrs. Hurt and Damaged. All right? Become Mrs. I'm drained and I can't take it no more. Because Mrs. Super Pessimistic, not believing good men exist because the last one took so much out of her. You don't want to get caught up in that cycle. Mr. Broken Lazy needs to get his act together.
Right.
Again, if you want to encourage him as a friend, fine. Do not have sex with him. Do not act like his girlfriend. Do not give him the benefits of being in a relationship with you when he is not qualified yet. If you simply said to him, hey, this is what you need to do to be with me, all right, and he's serious about being with you, he'll step up to the plate.
Right.
That's the reality of it. I got to give this one quick story to give you an example of how you just have to tell him this is what you're looking for. So I have a friend. She knew a guy. Long story short, when she met the man, he had no driver's license, no job, or a super low paying job, baby mama drama, a whole bunch of nonsense and issues, okay? And she said to him, listen, I need you to get your license. I need you to get a better job. I need you to get these kids and this baby mama situation in order. Until then, we can't even entertain the possibility of being.
Did y'all hear what he said? Ladies, 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 ladies. Did you hear what he said? No driving license, no car, low paying job, or no job at all. Don't have his own place, probably living with you, living with his sister or brother, or auntie, uncle, or cousin. He living with someone because he don't have his own. Okay, I'm going to say this right here. I can understand that. It depends on your situation. If you don't been to jail and you've been there for for some time. But as a man that just don't want to get out there and get these things that they need in life, when you turn 16, you should have your own ID. Okay? Until you get your driving license. Once you get your driving license, okay, you got your license in your hand. Okay? You have your license in your hand. Now you should have a job when you were 16. That should be your motivation right there. Okay, now you don't start getting into a relationship and having babies. Now you got child support. Unless you're gonna be with this person that you have a child by. It is so much going on in the world far as relationship that I can get into, but I don't want my video to be so long, you guys. But okay, let's get back to this.
In together, all right? So she tells him that and she lets him go. He comes back. This is a true story. Comes back 8 months later. Man got his license. Man got a good paying job. No more drunk.
Pause.
Our internet.
Okay, I'm back, you guys. Let's go.
Anymore. Got himself together. Now, unfortunately, she still ain't want him. But that ain't the point of the story, okay? Ignore that part. That's a whole different issue as to why she didn't take him. And for any man, don't let that discourage you. The reality, the point I'm trying to make here, though, is he stepped up to the plate. He was told what needed to be done, and because he wanted the opportunity bad enough, he made it happen. That's what you should be doing when you come across Mr. Broken Lazy, who you feel like, okay, there could be something here, but he's not ready yet. But in the meantime, avoid him. Type of man to avoid, number 2, Mr. Go with the flow. Now, before I get deeper into this.
Yeah, I know what the go with the flow is. He put it that way. Go with the flow. Y'all probably know it as it is what it is. When you meet somebody, it is what it is. That's how you started it out. Because you're not ready to be in a relationship with that person. So you letting them know, hey, it is what it is. I'm going to do me. You're going to do you. That's what he's saying. Go with the flow. It is what it is.
Let me just mention real quick, you need to get a copy of my book, He's Lying Sis. I'm going to show you real quick. This is it. It is available on Amazon. It is also available in the description. There is a link, and in the comment section, I will place the link. It uncovers the truth behind his words and actions. It goes deeper into a lot of the stuff we're talking about on this video, and I talk about on my channel. Check it out. He's Lying Sis. People are going crazy over it. I'm not just saying that. That's for real. You can see the reviews on Amazon if you want. So anyways, let's get deeper into this. Mr. Go with the Flow. He's dangerous. All right? You have to be aware that a man who does not know what he wants should not be entertained. Plain and simple. Now, I know some of you may say, well, I've said let's go with the flow. I get that. But ask yourself, when you told yourself or when you told that person, let's just go with the flow, how did you really feel about that individual? Where was your head really at? Were you even truly ready for a real relationship? The reality is that when we're saying, let's just go with the flow, we're trying to find this middle ground of keeping this person in our life as an option or a convenience without having to fully commit to anything or any expectations in the situation, all right? And if you know you desire a real relationship, then dealing with this guy becomes dangerous because that flow could turn into 5 months, 9 months, 2 years, 10 years. Yes, I've seen situations, I have coached people who got involved with that kind of man, and next thing you know, it's years later, you're still there, maybe you got kids by the man now, and he's still not committing to you. He is still not prepared to put any labels on it. So when a man says, let's go with the flow, when we don't need any titles, anything that's very non-committal or doesn't present a vision for where we're trying to go with this is a man you should not entertain. Again, even if you want to convince yourself that, you know what, maybe he just needs a little time, which I'm not saying I agree with. But if you are, as an adult, want to go that route, at the very least, do not get romantically involved until he can give you his intent.
Can't say no more, ladies. Can't say no more. It's he just put it out there for you. I just went on Amazon and showed you guys the book that's there. Here it goes again. Am I going to order it? Of course. Why not? Why not? So it's up to you if you want to order. It may not be in your budget. I don't know. I don't know nobody. I can't. Bank. I don't know anybody money. You know what I'm saying? Daily lifestyle established or whatever. But I feel like this. If we can go out there and buy wigs and nails and eyelashes and that's something that relaxes up. Of course, we can go out there and get this book and we can learn from it. If we read it and share it with other females as well. I'm not bashing no guys on here, ladies, gentlemen. I'm not. But I'm just saying, anything to make your life easier or better in a relationship, why not go and get this book and read up on it so you'll know how to go out and prepare yourself for another relationship, the ins and the out. This man is giving it to you. He's telling you about men. We don't know about men just like men don't know about women. We've been in some good relationships, some bad relationships. Yeah, help me out, y'all. But we can learn. Listen and learn, baby. That's all it is. Listen and learn. Let's go.
It's simple, all right? And when I say romantically involved, I want to stress, no sex, no intimacy. You want to talk as friends, cool, but even that is dangerous because if you really like him, you're going to get caught up. You're going to grow attached, and while he's not willing to commit to you or give you a vision for where he's trying to go with you, you are going to find yourself dragged along in a situation and possibly blocking your ability to receive a man who does want to be with you.
Oh, wow.
So when he just wants to go with the flow, let him go. Let him flow by himself. You don't need to entertain that. It is too much of a problem. All right, so now type of man to avoid, number 3. Mr. Mama's boy. All right, now.
Y'all get ready. Get ready. He about to tell you about Mr. Mama's boy because yes, we do that. Yes, we have. We have done it in the past and still doing it now. See, when a man tell you something about another man, trust and believe because he's a man. Once a man, always a man. That's what I was heard. Once a dog, always a dog. All that good stuff. Anyway, I ain't getting into that. Okay? Brunette not getting into that. So let's get back to this video. My ladies, my queens.
We make something very clear. There's the mama's boy who simply loves and honors his mother. Mm-hmm. Nothing wrong with that guy. All right? I think men should love and honor their mother. I would hope and pray that men out there have a good, strong relationship with their mothers. That's a beautiful thing. However, the mama's boy that I'm talking about is the man who basically has to have his mother take care of him. The man who has to run everything past his mother. The man who has no boundaries with his mother. So now when he's in a relationship, the mother gets to dictate what happens. The mother has too much power in his life. She essentially runs him, or at a drop of a dime, she can run him. All right? That is a problem. A man has to learn how to stand on his own 2 feet. He can honor his mother and respect her, but she has to understand there is a boundary. She is not the dictator of this relationship. She does not get to, how do I say this, interfere in our relationship in a negative manner. Granted, if she's going to be positive, encouraging, a shoulder to lean on in a good, nurturing, healthy way, no problem with that. But let's be real. There's a lot of mothers out there causing havoc. There's a lot of mothers out there who are ruining relationships. There's a lot of mothers out there who don't know their place. And I say that respectfully. She doesn't understand. You cannot be trying to run your son's relationship, or you can't be taking issue with every woman your son gets with because you don't want to lose your son to any woman. Now, that's a whole different issue. You know, I'll make a video for that. But the point is, mama's boy, that's not good. Because if you're looking for a serious relationship in marriage, it is extremely difficult to deal with a man who does not know how to detach from his mother in that way. It also shows that it is very likely that this man will go from having a mother raise him and take care of him and coddle him to expecting his partner or wife to be his new mother who has sex with him. All right, let me say that again. He was looking for...
Okay.
You work on engines as much.
That is not a good dynamic. That's not a healthy dynamic in a relationship. So pay attention to the type of mama's boy he is. And if he is what I described, he is definitely a man to avoid. Number 4, Mr. Fake Christian. Man. So listen, let me say this. I'm not one to want to judge people's walk spiritually. All right. And I don't even like calling people fake Christian, fake Muslim, fake whatever, all right? Fake believer. However, the reality is that
Hold on, y'all. I gotta go get me something to snack on. Okay, let's get back to this video, you guys. I went and made me a little shake, small shake.
I've seen tons of situations where there are men out there who use God and spirituality as a way to gain favor with women, as a way to gain favor in business, but they're not really about that life. All right. And so that's the problem here. And some of the signs to look for, to pay attention to, is how is his behavior outside of the audience? Meaning, again, when he's in a crowd of people, crowd of women, he might be quoting scripture, he might be praising God, he might be doing all these things. But these fake ones tend to be very judgmental outside of that. Very mean-spirited in a lot of ways, can become very verbally abusive, very controlling. They have very negative tendencies that show when they're not in front of the audience. Whatever audience they're trying to appeal to right now, once that's removed, their true self starts to show. But the problem is a lot of women, they get drawn to what they saw because they were a part of that audience. All right. And they believe, oh my gosh, he's a man of God, he's this and all this stuff. And then when he does show you, because he will show you, when he does show you his other side that is clearly contrary to being a man of God, you're still trying to hold on to what he presented to you at first. You're still trying to hold on to the fact that maybe his title is pastor. Maybe his title is whatever. I don't know. The point is, you're getting caught up in the surface and his resume rather than holding on or acknowledging the behavior and the spirit he shows you outside of being in front of that audience. And so that guy, that specific guy, because again, there are plenty of good, genuine men of God. But the fake ones, you gotta stay away from. I've seen a lot of toxic situations. And again, it can become very toxic because, it can become very toxic because he's so good at putting on a performance in front of an audience that now when you try to tell people he's this and that, they think you're the crazy one. All right. And so granted, that can happen because it's going to take some time to even discover that he's the fake Christian, fake believer, whatever. However, once you see it, you got to address it, and if it's not corrected, you got to go. Plain and simple. You can't be in denial of it because, again, he holds a certain title or because he performs it very well otherwise. You got to stay true to what you're seeing outside of that and what your intuition and spirit is telling you. So beware of the fake believer, fake Christian, fake whatever. All right? Fake spiritual person. All right? So now on to the 5th type of man to avoid. Mr. Married but separated. Man. Listen. And this...
I'm going to say something, y'all. Y'all go and check out my other videos where I speak about I'm in the process of getting a divorce. This is where I am at. Mr. I'm married, but I'm separated. In your mind, he was separated, but we still living in the same household. You still paying all these bills and stuff. I'm still your wife. But You went and my soon to be ex went and told another lady he's separated. Where? When? Okay, let's get to this video. I'm gonna let him finish what he has to say.
This topic, all these topics are in the book He's Lying, sis, but this one I also touch on specifically. And let me tell you, I think we should already know, don't marry married men. And this topic, all these topics are in the book He's Lying, sis, but this one I also touch on specifically. And let me tell you, I think we should already know, don't mess with married men. But let's be real, it's still happening. It's still happening. And I'm not here to judge anyone. So I'm not speaking down on anyone. If you are in it or have been considering it, I just want to encourage you to not entertain it. I want to encourage you to get out of that situation. But the reason why you have to avoid Mr. Married but Separated, let me make something very clear. Not every man who is married but separated is lying. All right? Not every man is trying to move forward with malicious intent. Some people are just so caught up in their own feelings and they want to be loved. They want to have somebody there. And yes, they will rationalize to themselves that this is okay because they are separated from their marriage. Though I would encourage those individuals as well to please don't entertain relationships until you're officially divorced. All right? You need time to heal. You need to clean up your situation. You don't want to bring someone new when you haven't taken care of the person before. I'm not here to say...
I seen this on one of Tyler Perry's movies. When Sister Tyson said, and she said, and I quote, "Don't open up one door until you close the other one." I'm done. Let's go.
That you shouldn't got divorced or it's good that you got divorced or anything like that. I'm simply saying if you're going through it, finalize it. Get it done, then entertain relationships. But for the women, it's important for you to avoid that man. Again, not because I'm saying he's a downright evil man, even though some of them are, and some of them are lying. They're not even truly separated. They're not even...
May have moderate to severe rheumatoid.
Just gonna let it run in the back, you guys, until it's over with. Let's go.
For divorce, but if he's telling you I'm married but separated, he is telling you I'm still married. That's what you need to hear when he says that. You are still married. And if he is still married, then the bottom line is at any point, things can change. So I've seen situations where women get caught up with this type of man, and he's telling them, I'm leaving my wife, I plan on being with you, all these things. And she's getting ready thinking, okay, that's what's going to happen. And then let's say months later, he comes back to her, you know what? I decided to work things out with my wife. I don't want to leave my kids. Whatever reason, something happens. And now you're heartbroken, you're shattered, and you don't know how to get yourself out of it. Or you're still trying to be his side chick now because you've grown so attached to him, even though now he's saying to you, I'm no longer leaving my wife. Either way, this is a very unhealthy situation. You've got to be very careful of allowing yourself to entertain that man. Let him get his divorce. When he's divorced, all right, so be it. Y'all are grown adults. You can do what you want. But until then, he needs to be avoided. You need to protect yourself, your peace, your spirit, and don't get caught up in any drama or mess. And we can go even deeper, but we're going to stop there with that. So, number 6, Mr. Emotionally Unavailable or / Mr. Doesn't Know How to Communicate. Now, let me say this. Doesn't know how to communicate. I had to throw that in because, again, if you guys can't talk to each other, you can't have a healthy relationship. However, I do want to make clear that not knowing how to communicate, but willing to try to work with you is a guy that you can embrace and entertain. All right? Not every man is going to be great with his communication at first. Some men do need growth in that areas, but again, there are men who are willing.
Yeah, lady, what's the problem with that? Let me let this continue on to go. What's the problem with that? Why do our men don't know how to communicate? I'm not just saying our men's in color, black guys, black men's, our African men's in general, white men, Latino, Puerto Rican, Jamaican, Haiti, gotta, whatever. they don't know how to communicate. And then you got some that does know how to communicate. I'm just asking a question, you guys. That's all. Let's get back to this video. Oh.
Become emotionally available to you. If your thought process is, he just needs some time and he'll get there, wrong. Now, again, I'm not going to say it's never happened in the history of life, but I'm telling you it is a rare occurrence. You cannot be betting on that. Even if you thought that can happen, what did I say earlier? Be his friend. That's the most you can give him. Platonic friendship, if you can handle it, all right? And if you can make sure that you're not going to cross certain lines, and he understands that as well. Outside of that, though, he's simply not trying to be what you need in a relationship. And it could be for various reasons. It could be he's just too damaged. It could be he's just not into you like that. There could be a host of other things going on with him. Either way, he is not capable of having a healthy relationship with you. And you don't need to get caught up with this man, because what happens to a lot of women is, in the struggle to pull the emotion out of him, you become more attached to the individual. You now have a harder time walking away from him, even though he's always been the same emotion on at least. Number 7, and again, I want to mention it one more time. All right, sorry about that. He's lying, sis. Get it? So the next one I'm about to mention is a specific chapter in here as well. And that is, he doesn't want a girlfriend, but he acts like your boyfriend. Let me say that one more time. He doesn't want a girlfriend, but he acts like a boyfriend. Let me tell you something. You got to stay far away from this dude, because it becomes such a difficult situation when you have a man who's willing to do it.
Okay, you guys, I'm about to end this video because I'm almost at 30. I want to say live, love, laugh, laugh, love, live, peace, love, and hair grease, and all that good stuff. But don't forget to go subscribe to my channel as well. You see it up in the left-hand corner. Go subscribe to his channel and stay tuned. Listen to what he have to say. Give him a chance. It may be some good information to y'all. Love y'all. Peace.